Welcome back to the Making a Multi-Million-Dollar Medspa podcast, where we have real conversations about what it takes to run a successful business. Thank you for joining us as we share our day-to-day successes and, even more importantly, failures and mistakes. Listen in as we host some of our peers, colleagues, and other experts in the field. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. All right, welcome back to the Making of a Multi-Million-Dollar Medspa podcast. I'm Kat Toronto, and I'm really excited to talk about one of our all-time favorite treatments of the AesthetiCare Moxi. At Mint, we did a fun little aesthetic madness over the month of March, and it turns out many of you also have fallen in love with Moxi because Moxi was the big winner. So I thought I would share just some helpful hints, how Moxi's really progressed and changed at our clinic, how we're getting better results now than what we were getting, even a year ago, and, just revenue-wise, how we're doing with it. So I'll start with that. So from January to March 2023, we did just over $170,000 in Moxi at just one location. Our top three performers, Laura, Amy, and Lee, big shout out to you guys for doing over 20,000 each. And so again, it just kind of shows you what possibilities you have with this technology, how well your clinic can do. And we've really found that combining Moxi with other treatments has also been or made a big impact in our business. One of the things that we did about 6 months ago is we took off one Moxi item from our menu of services. So we launched with Moxi and Moxi Ultra. And so if we were doing 10% density or less, we were calling it Moxi. If we were doing above 10% density, we were calling it Moxi Ultra. And what we realized is that even though most of our clients needed that Ultra, they needed that level 3 treatment, when they saw the Moxi, less than 10% density or level 1 on the menu of services and that we charge less for it, they would point to it and say, hey, why don't I just get that one? And it just kind of confused the situation. The other thing that we also realized is that really often we were combining BBL with Moxi. And so once, our team member would do the consultation and they would say, you need a BBL plus a Moxi. This is what BBL costs. This is what Moxi costs. When you do them together, you get 10% off of the BBL. And again, it just really complicated things. And so we took Moxi Ultra off. We just offer Moxi now. No matter the density, no matter the energy, if it's level 1, level 2, level 3, it's one price. And so we have Moxi on our menu of services. And then we also have Moxi Bright, which is just a combination of BBL and Moxi. And so instead of having to go through the cost of BBL and then the cost of Moxi, we just tell them we charge $9.99. It's one treatment, BBL plus Moxi. We call it Moxi Bright. And that's really simplified things, and both for our team and for our clients. So just a little helpful hint there. You don't have to call it Moxi Bright. That's just AesthetiCare's term for it. But putting that on your menu of services as one procedure, one visit, has really helped to simplify it. And we're getting better results with the combination therapy. And so for clients that have even mild, but especially moderate to severe pigment, by adding in that BBL step, it really makes an impact. And they're always so much happier in that when that combination therapy is done. So a couple little helpful hints to get even better results with your Moxi. One thing I really missed when we launched Moxi was a software piece within the Halo that, you measure the area. You dial in your settings, it counts the energy for you per zone. And so at the end of the treatment, I would tap the summary sheet, or I still do, and I chart how much energy was delivered to each zone of the face, and then full face or full neck or full chest, full body part that I'm treating. And so when we launched Moxi, it's typical just to say, okay, I did a level 3, 15 millijoules, 15% density, and then the number of passes. And we weren't charting total energy, or not charting like per zone. And so one thing that I've started to do is to do just that. So go back, look at, how much energy is delivered, because it really makes a difference in the result that you get. And so if you're wondering why this clinic over here is showing these amazing before and after photos, and you're thinking, well, I'm doing 15 millijoules and 15% density, but I think the piece that you might be missing is how much total energy is being delivered, because some clinics will row right up and down the same row, some do not. not. So they're counting passes a little differently. Overlap could be done differently. And so really looking at how much energy is being delivered, I think will help you to get consistent results from client to client and consistent results from provider to provider in the same clinic. I've seen that some team members get amazing results and some team members aren't getting those amazing results. And so sitting down and looking through that, I found that to be helpful. So one other thing that you can do with Moxi is that probably when you were trained on Moxi originally, they didn't show you the measure screen, but there is a measure button in the Moxi software. You can measure the cheek and the forehead, the nose, dial in the procedure that the level 1, 2, 3, so 10 millijoules and 10% or 15, 15, 20, 20, and then tell the device how many passes you want to do that in, and then do those passes. It will count the energy for you, save all of that in the summary screen so you can go back, take a picture of it, add it to your chart for later. So you'll have some really good info to look back and say, oh, wow, I got great results. This is why, or, oh, wow, I didn't get the result I was looking for. And that'll also help you to know why that happened. So another little tip that I found to be helpful, again, is the combo therapy. Of course, BBL Moxi, that makes so much sense. Yesterday, I did a combo Halo Moxi on a client that has just difficult melasma. I've treated her melasma with Halo. I've treated it with Moxi. I've treated it with a BBL Moxi combo treatment, which worked really well, but it just comes back. She's really active. She'd just gotten back from a vacation a few weeks ago, and so that exacerbated her melasma just being out and about, even though she was wearing sunscreen, of course. And so because her melasma looked a little deeper, I decided yesterday to do the combo of Halo with Moxi. And so in that treatment, hers is very vascular. She's also very